I am Adebayo Chris Katiti Kalibara Chiganira. My pronouns are he, him, they, them, mwami, sebo. I am a black trans person. My motherland is Uganda. My joy, my existence is black trans legacy. So, Mr. Gay Pride in Uganda, we had our sacred events happening. Despite the country being so homophobic, gay people exist in Uganda, and there are a lot of them. Trans people exist in Uganda, and there are many of them. So we used to organize our events, but we organize it secretly, not publicly. We had our own different slangs that we use in public for our safety. Like if I come here and say, hey, are you coming to church? Are you coming to church? Right? If you're not queer, you will not know what we are talking about. You'll be like, oh, they're just going to church. So we organized that event, Mr. Gay Pride in Uganda, which happened in 2015. And it was massive. It was beautiful. Culture, I can take you there. Culture, everyone is so happy. Everyone is wearing their culture, wearing whatever they feel like. Everyone is in their own bodies at the time. But then in 2016, when I had to give out my crown as Mr. Gay Pride, the police raided the event. And we don't know who sneaked and told security and authorities about our event, but they raided the event August 2016. I can't forget the day how police came in and just arrested, beat up everybody. The trans women, they pulled out hair, they took trans women's head. They could just beat you with the guns, with batons. They beat you anywhere they want. And at that time, I was on the stage when they came in. There were some Europeans, white people at the event, capturing the event, the way they were treated. They were literally, harassed. Now, the sad part of that day where we had the event, it was only one exit, one entrance. And it was on the top floor. That was the 6th floor of the building. So when they came, we had nowhere to run to or to hide, except the toilets or whatever, and they came fetching everybody. They came, pulled everybody out. They deployed so many of them and just pushed everybody in the corner. So everyone was sitting in the corner. You're not allowed to stand up. You're not allowed to move, not even speaking. You speak, they beat you just on the head, just like that. It was brutal. That night was brutal. I witnessed a gay guy who was trying to run away, jumping from the 6th floor of the building to the bottom, trying to save his life that night. I was personally arrested with other activists. They took us to the police cell, but locked us up. Before locking us up, they undressed us, said to find if we were male or female, and then put you in a cell they actually want. So the process of them undressing us to check if we were men or women, it didn't matter, because they could just throw you where they want you to be thrown and ask people who are there to do whatever they want to do to you. I can't tell how that impacted my entire life. I was treated, how I was harassed, violated, in my own damn country. In my own damn country. And that changed my life.
Trans people, we go through a lot of trauma, and most of the times it comes from our family. So we're going through my transitioning. My mom kicked me out. I moved to Canada. I know no one but my mother. She kicked me out in winter. Yeah. Anyways, I had a really nice car, so I kind of stayed in it for some time, and till I found an apartment and stuff like that. And my mental health was going really bad. There was this point in time where I lost sleep for like 2 weeks because my mind kept going off me being unaccepted for who I am. I'm trans. It felt like I literally made my life worse. And why I said that is because when I started my physical transitioning and I told everyone, my dad, he was like, yeah, you're dead to me. He raised me. He's like, yeah, you're dead to me. My mom kicked me out. My sister, she's like, yeah, you're dead to me. The other side, I'm basically dead to every single body, and that I could not call to say, hey, I need help. I could not call to say, hey, I need shelter. I could not call to say I need food. Somehow my mom called me and she was sick, and she convinced me to come back home even though she kicked me out. So I was like, fine. I'm homeless. Might as well I go back home. It's my mom, right? Maybe she has changed. I went back home and I started getting dead named again. Every single name. Every single day. Dead name, dead name, dead name. God is gonna do this. You're a sinner. You're never gonna make it. No one is gonna want you like this. All of that. Every single day.
I always knew I was different. I didn't fit in at all. As a trans person, I was assigned female at birth. I've never felt like a female ever. It's just I didn't have a language to who I really was.
I knew I was like me, who you see now, from a very long time. And growing up before you hit puberty, I was able to run around with the boys without my shirt and stuff like that, just outside, because I'm a kid, innocent kid. But then puberty hit and your parents is like, well, my parents is like, you need to start wearing this, you need to start doing this. And I'm like, for what reason? Like, I don't get it. So then they would be like, because you're a girl. It's like, I don't get it. It's like, what do you mean? Even in my country, like going to school, the boys wear pants and the girls wear dresses. Every summer, I would give my mom hell because I didn't want to be in a dress.
First of all, I want you to know that I'm Joy. I'm trans Joy. Like the whole being of me existing and coming from Uganda and still being me, I'm trans Joy. I'm grateful that the story creator wrote for me has been fruitful, that I'm able to, exist as I am. I'm able to have the resources that I have. Now, having my top surgery, 2022, it changed everything. I looked at myself in the mirror the first time and I was like, damn, yo, that's me. That's the trans boy, yo. When my chest is flat, I was like, whoa. It was a dream that I had. I was constantly thinking about it. I was dreaming about it. I was seeing me there. And it came to reality. My joy had never turned back ever since that day. Ever since the day I got my top surgery, I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, yay, yay, it's your boy Katiti. And then being able to support others. My organization that Radica now, what it gives people hope. It's the reason of hope. Now we might not have so much to give, but I personally believe hope has been one of the things that has kept me going. Like having hope for a better tomorrow has been something that has kept me going, that tomorrow will be a better day.
Now I'm 2 months old in this country.
Okay.
Yeah, I came from Uganda because my country back home, my constitution does not support gay. So I ran to Canada. I read about Canada in Google, and through my friends that they support gay. So that's why I'm here. Yeah.
I'm actually from Uganda.
Oh, really?
Ugambaji.
Oh, thank you so much.
So, because I know I've been in Uganda, I grew up in Uganda, I know what it's like for people like us to live there. So, Stella,
Yes,
how
please.
did you know about Radica now?
Radica now, I was introduced to it by my friend called Lucy. She told me that it's an organization that helps refugees.
I can briefly tell you about what we do and some of the resources we offer, and then see you are literally in the right place. We support newcomers and refugees, centers the experiences of newcomers, centers the experiences of Black to LGBTQ folks. Right, we connect folks to resources they need and help you navigate the asylum process. Newcomers and refugees, we do centers experiences of Black trans folks. So we'll connect you to the services that we don't have. If you need different resources, housing, food, shelter, right? And we have our connections out there. We do and also advocate for you in case that you face systematic racism or anything and you need us to come in for you and step in, advocate on your behalf. We'll do that. We connect individuals to healthcare professionals, the services they need to navigate, get their healthcare, get the supports they need. But first is making sure you get settled. So we will help you out, connect you to our resources and other people out there. But before we do that, so you have to be a member of Radica. It doesn't cost you anything. Don't worry, we won't charge you. Yeah. So we do the intake and then assess your needs, what you need, and from there we can go from there. If you even need a doctor, we'll also find a physician for you, mental health therapist. And also, entrepreneur skills. If you have your skill that you want to bring to life, like we can see how we can navigate that together.
My journey to Canada, Uganda had become, like I told you, had become a very difficult country to live in. Because so far I had lost 2 jobs because of my identity. I had my partner not knowing that she was a daughter to an army man, to a military man. So they ambushed me and held me, but when I was going back from work, they ambushed me. One man held me by the neck. You see, I have energy, so I tried to fight back with them. They cut me. They stabbed me on the knee. I was told that Canada is a good country for people of my status. So I chose to come to Canada so that my hope can be restored.
Hello everyone. My name is Winnie, and my little pet here is Ginger. I've had her for almost 3 years now, so she's 3. Ginger. I'm originally a Nigerian from Delta State, Nigeria. I'm a lesbian. I came to know Parika now through a friend who directed me to the organization, and he told me about this Black LGBTQ group in Edmonton. I actually knew Parika now when I was in BC, because I moved from BC, but I wasn't very sure if I was going to come to Edmonton. So when I came to Edmonton, I spoke with my friend, the one in BC. I was like, why don't you check them out? You're already in BC. So I contacted Adebayo online on Instagram, and that was how we struck a very good connection, because I've never really been in a very safe space like I am here. I'd say this is my first Black LGBTQ group in Canada. Back in Nigeria, it's very hard to be in any of these organizations because of the SNMPA, the Same-Sex Marriage Prohibition Act that was passed in 2016 and 2014. It was passed in 2014, which prohibits gay club, gay relationship, gay interaction, or anything gayism. My culture, my religion, the religion in Nigeria, let's say, and the society itself, they're opposed to gayism. Not just opposed to it, I didn't oppose to it, but they're viciously opposed to it. I grew up in a place where I've seen gay people being lynched like a thief, as if they were thieves. I'm hoping that I would be the source that enlightens my community. That's the way I see myself. I see myself as an educator. I see myself as the source of light, to enlighten my community about LGBTQ rights and the issues that we face, and how their actions step me backward and step the people in my community backward. So yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I have a lot to say, but I'll leave it at that. Thank you.
My name is Raven Wings, and my pronouns are she, her. Unpacking Black trans legacy, to me, I think of Dr. Maya Angelou, who talks about your legacy being every single person who you come in contact with and the impact that that has on that person. I'm not in charge of what my personal legacy will be, but I do think the Black trans legacy that I'm connected to is about connection, community, safety, really bringing an intersectional lens to women's issues, reproductive rights, everything that we're talking about now in the news, as well as talking about different ways that we can talk about masculinity and femininity, creating a space for everyone to exist in their full realized selves.
Events like this is really good. It gives information about marginalized people like myself, of being Black and trans. It gives the public more knowledge of our experience and how to be allies for us in the future and stuff like that, and just for a trans youth. So that's how I see the growth in conferences like this impacting the world. Basically just sharing knowledge and having people understand more of what being trans is like.
Is it something in your mind? How did you know? Is it your heart? Yeah?
Well, first it was my behavior at a very young age, when I had all these questions like, why do they get to wear pants and I have to wear the dress? And when I'm put in the dress, it's like you're literally ruining my life. Like you're stomping on me. I feel like a nobody. That's how I felt. So basically, that's how I knew, because like it was terrible. It was just terrible for me to identify as the gender they told me to identify as. I wanted to die. That's how I know. Unpacking Black trans legacy for me is the truth, my truth. It's about just sharing the truth of my experience, my lived experience and stuff like that, and just walking in the right path. Yeah, that's what Black trans legacy is for me.
Legacy is something I wanted to approach. It's very sensitive to me because first of all, the Black trans legacy is my legacy. My ancestors, Marsha P. Johnson, Sylvia Rivera, trans women, Black trans women who have existed and built what I'm stepping on right now. The entire queer movement was built by a Black trans woman. But you find that their legacy continuously being dismissed by the entire community. And from that, I build my legacy. I build my stone. I put my stone on by existing as a Black transgender person in the world that deems me unworthy of life, and continuously sharing my story. I want people to know that I am more than the violence I face. I want the world to know that I am more than the transphobia they give to me. I am more than the person they see every day. Like you see me walking and you think that is me. I carry a community within me. When I speak for thousands of community members. When I talk, when I share for thousands of them. When you see me, you see my work from ground zero, from becoming Mr. Gay Pride, from starting an organization, to contributing to this economy, to working as a lifeguard, to being a musician, to doing my art, making art. This is all my legacy, my spirituality, my leadership in the community is my legacy. The world need to know that we are more than what they think we are when they see a Black trans person. I'm more than just the word transgender. I'm more than just the word Black. I am a human who have grown up into different people's hands. I've been touched by so many people. I have learned from so many people. Now, it's hard to say, but some of this has been blocked. Like bringing this to life, even telling this story, sharing this legacy. We've met with different media companies that we reached out to bring this to life, but they turned us down. Some of them saying their religion doesn't allow them to film transgender people. Some of them walking away on us saying, oh, you're transgender? No, they ghost. But having people like you, Media 21, and standing your ground and saying, no, this reality the world need this, and stepping up, that's a legacy I don't take for granted. That there is light, that you're like, no, the light that people were trying to push in the back. The three first media companies that we reached out to produce this were trying to keep us down as the society has been. But then there is something in between that can't be brought. And this is the treasure and the gratitude I give to you as Media 21, as a team that is putting this documentary out, that you're not only putting it out, but you're also showing other media companies that people can't be left out, or you can't keep locking up people forever. You can't keep silencing people forever, right? So that's something I personally had and don't take for granted. The people who I find on the way, who continue to put fuel into my car so that it can light, it can start. That's my legacy. That's part of my legacy, because I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't these connections that truthfully want to bring this to life. My growth, that I grow every day and I grow into joy, I grow into abundance, right? I grow into the person I am today, that everyone I walk into the room, they feel my energy. They feel it and the room light up. Just because I'm in myself. I am in my body. Like my whole being. I walk into there and they'll feel it, right? You feel that sense of, oh my God, someone just passed by, right? So joy to me is my existence. The things I get to do, me even putting on a shirt, right? And it fits, I'm like, woohoo! A haircut, eh? This right here, you see my beard is I keep talking about this, but you get what I'm saying? When it comes up, but mustache, you see it? So all this is, is something that gives me joy. My sister keeps telling me, no, you have only 2. No, I have more than 2. I think it's like 30. Can you see? Yeah, so that gives me joy, right? And also me making sure that I can speak and tell my story as I want, not having anybody tell it for me. That is something that I don't take for granted.
Have you got your citizenship?
You're talking to a black African Canadian. Yes, I was able to get my citizenship on September 6th, the night the Queen died. Rest in peace, Queen. I can't tell you how much joy, how much peace I feel now. I feel like I'm protected. I feel I'm in my body, like I'm so at peace. I walk and sometimes I just stop and just smile. Like I'm like, damn, I'm here to stay. Right? Like I even sleeping right now, like I sleep and I just relax. I feel protected. I have access to free mental health care. You get what I'm saying? So there's so much that comes with it, and all that has happened in the past, it is right there. Right now they're looking to this black African Canadian transam being awesome, living his life authentically and unapologetic.
I am so excited for Adebayo today, and it's so exciting that he's celebrating his citizenship. I think something that has been so special for me to see is I think Adebayo now is the most well-connected person I have met in Edmonton. He is active, he is meeting people, he is social, he is passionate, he's always working, he's always got a project, and now anything comes up and people are reaching out to him, and in such a short time, he's making such a big impact in our community and really trying to do the best that he can for people. And he's also so creative So, sometimes we have our ideas about, oh, this is how it's supposed to work or what's going to happen. Adebayo's smashing those boxes all the time. He's always got another way of doing it, and he's always got that spark and energy, and even when he's exhausted, he's showing up. So today is a really special day, and I'm glad that we get to celebrate together.